ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Hello. Welcome to the Weekend Dads Power Rankings for week 3. I might be a little bit dead inside. The Panthers played last night. I'm sorry that the rankings are late. I don't know how to feel anymore. I don't know. Enough of the sadness. Panthers got the win. Not fun things happen. Bebop and Baby Bears back at it again. The factory. Always the factory. But here we are. Week 3 power rankings. A little bit late this week. But it's fine. It's a busy week. Thursday just ruined the vibe, But we'll be alright. So let's go ahead and take a look at our winners and losers from last week's rankings. So this will be our week 2 rankings. You can see 3 out of our top 5 teams got those W's. The Chain Gang, our number 10 ranked team, able to get that win with actually the highest points on the week, spearheaded by Derrick Henry's 45-point absolute explosion. Derrick Henry just did Derrick Henry things and was able to get Trevor that victory of the game of the week, Wolfies game of the week, getting that W. So we'll see how that's going to affect his ranking coming up in this week's power rankings for week 3. So let's go ahead and roll on in. Coming at number 10, we got Team Tots dropping back down to the bottom. Eric only scored 90 points this last week, and Mahomes played well, TJ Hawkinson played well, but everyone else, the team just wasn't there. Like we saw before, I think Eric really relies heavily on that Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill stack to be able to really stay competitive and put up a lot of his points. Had a pretty good week from Patrick, but Tyreek wasn't getting those targets. Didn't score the points, so finds himself back down the bottom. So let's go ahead and hit number 9. Coming at number 9, we got the Zarillas, so they're just staying locked in right here after another their second loss now. The thing that really sucks for Zayd is he has the most points scored against his team by I think like 30 or so. He's just been getting crushed this season, and it's nothing he can really do about it. He's just been extremely unlucky. He's gone against the highest score the past 2 weeks, Mark was the second highest score, but he's gone against some of the highest scores on the week for 2 weeks in a row now. And has put up pretty decent weeks. He scored 144 points last week. Aaron Jones scored 38 for him, but still wasn't able to get that W. So we'll see what he's able to do. He's going to be matching up against the Chain Gang this week. We'll see how he can do taking on our former week 2 number 10. I also forgot to mention, but Eric will be taking on the Bebop and Baby Bears this week. So go ahead and number 8. We got the Nutcrackers. So last week, Austin dropped to 1-1 after losing to Jimmy. Austin's still just struggling to put up points. That defense wasn't able to do what Nutcrackers does and hold his opponents down right around the 100-point mark. Jimmy was still able to score 130 on him. Austin barely broke over 100, so gonna be looking to hopefully put up a better week this week as he takes on the cardboard Hippos. So we'll see if he's able to improve his rank, kind of hop on up there and get out of this quicksand right here at rank number 8. Coming at number 7, we have Gibson. So Colin continuing to slide down the power rankings after another loss. Kind of a surprise for our 2020 Weekend Edge champion to be 0-2. He hasn't been getting those huge weeks from Kamara and Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook's been pretty good. Kamara was almost non-existent against the Panthers, and we knew that it was going to be very important for Colin to have his running backs exploding and scoring points for him again. The receivers are kind of hit or miss. Courtland Sutton had a good week. Mike Evans had a good week, but we'll really have to see he's able to get Kamara going there and get those high-scoring running back weeks like he was having before. He took on Trevor last week, had to deal with Derrick Henry, so honestly didn't really stand much of a chance there, but he'll be taking on Father of the Mags and Jimmy this week. So we'll see if Colin's able to get it back on track and start trying to work his way back up the power rankings. Hopefully last year wasn't just a fluke, am I right? Coming at number 6, we got the Cardboard Hippos. The Hippos were able to get their win over Eric and Team Tots last week, despite only putting up 110 points. Zeke was a little better than week 1, but still the split between him and Tony Pollard is something to worry about. Josh Allen has been down to earth. He hasn't been having his extremely crazy games like he was having last year, but Dustin still has a solid team overall with his receivers, his running backs are solid. He's got depth, so I think he'll be all right. Going on this week, as I said before, he's going to be taking on the 1-1 Nutcrackers, so we got a good little battle here between Austin and Dustin. We'll see who remains victorious. I could easily see them maybe flipping spots in the power rankings or something if Austin was able to take him down. But yeah, definitely be interesting to see kind of how that shakes up for next week. Coming at number 5, we got the Chain Gang. So after his huge 159 point week where Derrick Henry really just went off, just exploded for 45, Trevor finds himself up 5 spots. And I said it last week, I mean, I think we were kind of messing with him and we overreacted a little bit, just saying down at 10 his team's terrible. His team is very reliant on having monster weeks from either Derrick Henry or Travis Kelce, but I mean, Derrick Henry can get you those, and he had it last week. So this is really what Trevor's team's able to do. So watch him this week taking on Zayd. Zayd just hasn't been able to catch a break, and I mean, it's very possible that again he's going against week 2's highest score. So he better be praying that Derrick Henry doesn't have another 45 point week. Coming at number 4, we got Cheeky Chinchillas. So the Chinchillas lost the Roommates for Life Bowl last week against the Bebop and Baby Bears. Had a really down week from the receiver position. He's really, I mean, he went that 0 RB strategy, really put all of his eggs on his receivers being able to perform. And DeAndre Hopkins was hot early and then disappeared second half of the game. AJ Brown, I don't know what happened to him. George Kittle had a really rough week. I mean, Dak scored 7, CD scored 13, but still, like, he's expecting to have bigger weeks out of these receivers to be able to make up for the fact that his running backs aren't as strong as he would want them to be. So it was really just a down week for the receivers for the Chinchillas that caused them to not be able to take home that W. So coming up this week, they will be taking on Booty Pebbles. I definitely think that'll be an interesting matchup. Mark is on top of the standings right now with points for, as well as that 2-0 record. So this will probably be a pretty high scoring one. I'm sure there'll be a lot of trash talk in the chat as this is going on, of questioning people's management decisions and just what's going to happen. Well, Mark always says he just hopes everyone has fun, so maybe Jason will talk some trash. Coming at number 3, we got Father of the Mag. So despite after week 1, Jimmy, just us bashing Jimmy's draft, you know, saying he had the worst draft, he has the worst team, whatever it may be, he still finds himself here at number 3 in the standings. And it's really been, Kyler Murray's been unstoppable. He's been absolutely incredible, just tearing it up, and he's really put up some big weeks for Jimmy. So I still don't love his running backs. His receiving core could definitely be explosive. You got Devontae Adams, who, as long as Aaron Rodgers isn't playing like he did against the Saints, he'll be fine. Jamar Chase has proven to be actually a really good receiver, and it's really interesting to watch how he's going to continue to develop. He's had some good big plays in his first 2 games. So yeah, Jimmy will be taking on Colin this week. Really, I mean, Colin's got to win this game, man. He's going to be so far behind, starting 0-3, and Jimmy would advance to 3-0. I mean, that would just be huge, and really hurt the 2020 Weekend Edge champion. Coming in at number 2, we had the Bebop and Baby Bears. Yeah. I don't know if I expect to be at number 2 next week or number 1. I'm not going to go up. I don't know if I want to talk about the Bebop and Baby Ears. So we're going to move on to number 1. Coming in at number 1, we had the Booty Pebbles. Congratulations, Mark. You did it. Mark was locked in at, what, 7 last year for probably like 12 weeks out of the whole season. Never thought he would get here, but Mark, you made it. This is what happens when you get that 2-0 record. Most points scored in the league so far. And, I mean, your team's been looking great. Your Seahawks stack really been paying off. Hopefully Tyler Lockett doesn't forget how to play football again in the second half of the season. I think the biggest worry out of him, which could or could not be really a worry, is CEH. I think that was his 2nd or 3rd round pick. But CEH has just been, struggling this year and had his fumble to end the game last week. And I mean, he has flex options, so it's not that huge of a deal. But yeah, Mark will be taking on Chinchillas, so that's going to definitely be an interesting matchup. Definitely keep your eyes on that high scoring one, though. That could potentially be for the top of the black division as well, if the Bebop and Baby Bears happen with certain events that may have happened on Thursday night. But let's go ahead and break into Wolfies game of the week for week 3. He really wanted to dig into the history of Weekend Dads for this matchup, and really wanted to talk about the backstory behind these teams. So going into the game, it's going to be the Cardboard Hippos versus the Nutcrackers, number 6 versus number 8. And the real story here is Austin is currently 1-9 historically against Dustin. Up until last season, I think it was 9-0, if I remember correctly. So he's really going to be looking to turn around that record, and just try to get some momentum going, against Dustin. Just prove that Dustin doesn't own him, and that he can beat the Hippos. So definitely be watching this one. I mean, Austin isn't the most active person in the chat, but I'd love to get him in here talking some smack to Dustin, kind of let him know. He may or may not have had a pretty interesting pickup for Thursday Night Football that ended up balling out for him, and might have talked a little bit about it, but damn Darnold. So that's going to conclude the rankings for the week, guys. Leave a comment down below what you think of your ranking, what you think of the Mark Me in the top team finally getting up there, and what you think of the game of the week, who you think's going to win, what would be your game of the week. Yeah, be sure to tune in next week. We'll see you guys then. Bye.